Hey, powerful preschoolers! This is Teacher Tressa, and
I'm Teacher Tressa's mama.
say hi, Mama. Maybe you have your mama
Hi,
with
friends.
you too. Okay, so we better sing our circle song first, right? Have you ever seen a circle, a circle, a circle? Have you ever seen a circle that rolls round and round, rolls this way and that way, rolls this way and that way? Have you ever seen a circle that rolls round and round? Good job, I'm so glad you remember. Okay, so, we have to find a way to say hi. I know you already know this song if you've ever been in my class or if you've watched one of my videos. What kind of creature is this? It's a bumblebee. You know our bumblebee song, right? So we're gonna sing our song, and when it's your turn, you have to tell us your name, right? Bee, bee, bumblebee, can you sing your name to me? Teacher Tressa. Bee, bee, bumblebee, can you sing your name to me?
Tressa's mama.
You can say your name.
I'm Ann.
Her name is Ann. Bee, bee, bumblebee, can you sing your name to me? Your turn. Hi. Okay, so here is our, we have to say hello too. Okay, there's a lot to do today. 1, 2, 3. Hello friends, how are you? How are you? I am very happy to see you, Oh, and I was pointing out that we have the word happy on our message today. Okay, hello, happy honey? Happy honey. So if I say hello, you say, all right, and happy, can you show me happy faces? Happy faces have big smiles on them, right? Oh, you have such beautiful happy faces. And honey, all right, take a minute and think. Tell me what honey is. Yeah, honey is something really sweet. And who makes honey? Bees make honey. So we have hello, happy. Ooh, and then show me how you eat a spoonful of honey and it's really yummy. Honey, hello, happy, honey. All right, hello, happy, honey. Oh my gosh, the letter H is so funny because it's kind of like blowing out a birthday candle, right? If you have your candle on your finger here and you go, hello, happy, honey, you should feel it on your finger, and that's how you know you're blowing out your birthday candle. That's how you know you're making a good H, if you can feel it. All right? So hello, happy, honey. I'll start with the letter H. Let's count our H's and see how many we have today. All right? 1, that's a big H. 2, 3, those are little H's. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oof, 7. All right. 1, 2, 3 little H's. 4, 5, 6 little H's. 7 little H's. So if we're going to make our big H, like in hello, or in the name Henry, or Henrik, or Harriet, or Haroline, that's not a name. All right, you make it by pulling down, and a little bridge across, okay? Pull down, and a little bridge across. That's our big H. Our little H, like happy and honey, pull down, 1 mountain, pull down, 1 mountain. All right, nice job. Today is Monday. 1, 2, 3. Today is Monday. Today is Monday. Today is Monday all day long. Today is Monday. Today is Monday. Today is Monday all day long. Cha cha cha. Okay, question. Ding 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 ding. Question. What do we know about bees? Love, Teacher Tressa, and her mom. So cool that my mom's here, huh? All right, let's put this away. So what do we know about bees? First, I want you to think about when you see a bee with your eyes, what does it look like? What colors? Big or small? What shape? All right, so think about what do you see when you see a bee? All right, what about when you hear a bee? What sound do bees make? What do they sound like? Bzzz, right? What else do we know about bees? They swim in the water, right? Oh, they walk on the land? They fly in the sky? We know that bees fly in the sky. Do you know the name of a bee's home? A bee lives in a hive, which also starts with the letter H, hive. They live in hives, which hang up in trees usually, or sometimes they're built onto the sides of buildings. And inside their hives, they have honeycombs. That's what we're going to make today. We're going to have a craft day, because this week on Thursday especially, but really all week, we're going to celebrate Día del Niño. In English, that's Day of the Young Child, but it sounds way more fun in Spanish. Día del Niño. Día del Niño, all right? And so that's all about kids. It's all about celebrating kids. And if I know one thing that I loved when I was a kid, and that most of my kids right now love, it's bugs. So we're going to do a whole bug week. And we're starting with bees today. So today, our special bug craft for Día del Niño is making honeycombs for our bees, where they can live and they can work and they can make their honey, which we get to eat. And it's so sweet. So you need a couple things to make your bee hive, your honeycomb. What comes in here? Eggs. This is an egg carton. So this is something you probably have around the house, or you can maybe borrow from a neighbor or from a relative or something. We need our egg carton. We need some paper. You can use paints. We're gonna use paints today, but you could also use markers or maybe some crayons. There are different things you could use. And you'll need something to do your drawing with, because we're all gonna draw bees today. You might also need some scissors. I think that's probably everything we need right now. I think that's it. So while we work on this, I want you to keep thinking about things you already know about bees, and then things that you want to know about bees, right? Questions that you have, things you don't know yet. All right, so we're gonna take our egg carton, and if you want to, you could have somebody help you with scissors for this, but I actually think it's easier to just use your hands. Egg cartons are not very, very strong, and so you can kind of just use your finger to take off this top part. We don't really need that. Maybe we'll use that for a different project another day, or maybe you can think of something cool to make with it. And this little flap here, we don't really need that flap either. So we're just gonna tear that part off. Okay. So I think that this is a big enough egg carton that we could make 2 honeycombs out of it. This part I am gonna use the scissors for, but I still think you could just do it by hand if you wanted to, if you don't have a scissors around. We're just gonna cut it, in half, okay? So one thing about honeycombs is that usually they're in the shape of a hexagon. That's another good H word, hexagon. And hexagons have 6 sides. So we're gonna make our honeycombs today with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little combs, right? So if this was in a real beehive, each one of these little honeycombs would be filled up with honey that the bees work hard to make. So I have one for my mom and one for me. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna paint it yellow like honey. And maybe you wanna do it kind of yellow-orange, maybe you wanna mix those together. Maybe you have glitter at home and you can make it shiny honey, whatever you think. All right, do you wanna paint your honeycomb first?
Inside or outside?
I would paint inside, right? Because we're kind of talking about the inside of our beehive, which is where the honey is. So something that's really cool about bees is that they use plants, right? They use plants and flowers to collect pollen. So they help our plants grow by collecting this pollen and spreading it around. But then they bring the pollen home and they use that nectar from the plant to make honey. And the thing that bees do, maybe you've heard people talk about how bees are busy or bees are really hard workers. They are. They are busy pretty much all the time. They hardly ever sleep, right? They hardly ever sleep because they're so busy working. And they do work really hard, and they make a lot of honey. They are very tiny creatures, but they go very far, very fast, and they make a lot of things, and they all work together. Everybody in a beehive has a really important job. So the worker bees, the ones who make the honey, actually bat their wings so fast that that's what makes the honey. That's what turns the nectar into honey. Wow. So they would be in here, they'd be inside of our beehive by the honeycombs, flapping their wings so fast that the nectar turns into honey. It's really cool.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's very cool. I can't do that. I could sit here and flap my arms all day. I would never have any honey. So we're really glad we have bees, right? Bees do a really good job of helping take care of nature and take care of our planet, and they make us honey at the same time, which is very cool. Another thing that I think about, so I'm telling you a lot of the things that I know about bees, and I hope that you're thinking about some things too. Something else that I know about bees is that they have stingers, right? And so sometimes people think that bees are really scary. Ooh, look at that. She painted her honeycomb. I'm gonna work on mine too. So sometimes people think that bees are like very, very scary because they have stingers, but their stingers, they only use them if they really have to. Bees don't want to sting and they don't want to hurt people or animals. They only do it if they're very scared and if you're bothering them. So really, if you give bees their space and let them do their jobs, remember they're working really hard and they're working a lot. So they just want to do their jobs. If you give them their space and let them do their jobs, they won't sting you because it's not really something that they want to do. So they do have stingers, but there are lots of things that are even more important about bees than their stingers. All right, so like we said, you could do this with a marker or maybe with some crayons if you didn't have paints. We're doing paints today. But you can use whatever you want because there are lots of ways to make beehives. All right, so there we go. We've got our our honeycombs with our yellow honey inside. Now it's time to make a bee, okay? So I made this bee, right? And you can kind of take a look. I made sort of an eye shape for the body, the little head. I put antennas on mine, and I put some wings on. And then take a look at what colors our bees are, right? We've got yellow and black with some white wings. So, the cool thing about making an art project like this is your bee, it can look like mine, or it can look different. It can be whatever you want. So I'm gonna kind of show you what I did to make my bee, and then we'll let my mom make her bee too, right? So you'll see that, do you think ours are gonna look the same? Probably not, right? Because my mom and I, we're related, right? But we don't look the same. There are things about us that are similar. We both have brown hair, we both have light skin, we both have lots of freckles and moles, but there are things about us that look different too, right? My mom's taller than me, my hair is longer than hers, she has green eyes and I have brown eyes, I have more tattoos. So we don't look exactly the same, and our bees aren't gonna look exactly the same either, and that's okay. So I'm gonna make my little kind of eye-shaped bee with a little head on it. I'm going to make my stinger. So a stinger is really just like a little point on the end, right? I have some wings, some antennas, and then I'm gonna do something a little different for my stripes. On this one, I colored the stripes on, and that's okay. You can color your stripes on. You could use markers, crayons, pencils, whatever you want. But today, I thought it might be fun to count some stripes too. All right, you wanna work on your bee?
Okay.
So I didn't have any black paper. So I really just used a black Sharpie to make my white paper black. So you can be creative with what you have, right? We're all just doing the best with what we have. And maybe we don't all have the same stuff at our houses, but we all have something that we can be creative and ask and make sure it's okay if we use it to make our projects. So I'm gonna go back to my yellow paint. And again, you could use a marker, crayons, colored pencils, yellow paper. And I'm gonna paint my bee yellow, right? I'm gonna paint yellow on this inside part of my bee. And then I'm gonna take some of this black paper that I made, and I'm gonna cut little strips. And I'm actually gonna use those as my stripes on my bee. And the cool thing about that is that we get to count them, right? So we get to count how many stripes we put on here. So I'm gonna cut them up a little bit. They're not very big. And usually, so if you used markers or crayons or colored pencils, then your paper wouldn't be sticky and you might need to use some glue to stick on your stripes. But if you have paint and the paint is still wet, you can just stick these right on. So I can put on one little stripe, two little stripes, three. I think we're gonna do 3 stripes. Raise your hand if you're 3 years old. All right, so I put 3 stripes on my bumblebee. Do you wanna put any stripes on yours? Or you could use the marker, or you could use black paint. There's so many ways to make your stripes. She's going to get some glue for her stripes. All right, if you wanted, you could even make little eyes on it. Actually, that could be fun. I'm gonna take my yellow. I don't want to mix my colors up, so I'm going to clean off my yellow paint. And I'm going to take a little bit of white paint and just make little dots for my eyes. Oh, little dots on my bee eyes. All right. Bee, bee, bumblebee, can you sing your name to me? Now we have another bee friend to help us sing our bee song. All right. Ooh, your bee looks nice, Mama. We can cut it out. And then all right. So what do you think? Are they gonna look the same? Do they look the same? No. Hers is bigger. Hers has a smiley face. Mine has a black head. Hers has a white head. Her wings are bigger. Her stinger is longer. They're different, but that's okay, right? We both have our bees, and we both made them creatively, right? So now, you will need a little bit of glue. And what I would suggest is deciding if you want your bee to be in the middle of your honeycomb or kind of on the side. I'm gonna put mine on the side so that she's close and she can bat her wings and make her nectar into honey. So I'm just gonna put a little dot of glue right on here, and I'm going to press my bee onto it, because we really don't need a lot of glue for this. All right, do you want to glue on your bee? Oh, she's gonna put hers in the middle, so she's making a different choice than me, and that is okay. They're both good choices for honeycombs. All right, take a look. So we both have yellow honeycombs to go inside our beehives, and we have little busy worker bees who are ready to flap, 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 flap their wings and make their honey. Nice. All right, that's our project for today. I am going to give you a link to one of my favorite books about bees. It's called The Bee Man, and it's in Epic Books. If you don't have an account with Epic Books, let me know. Teachers can give free access to whoever. That's one of our superpowers is teachers. So I can give you a free account, and you can go on and read the book online, because I don't have a copy here to read it to you. And there's a really good episode of The Magic School Bus where they actually go inside a beehive. They turn into little bees themselves. So I'm going to link you to that episode too, because those are two other really cool things you can do to learn more about bees. And then maybe somebody can help you write a comment on the video, and you can tell me what you know about bees, what you knew before, or what you know after, or other things that you want to research and investigate and find out about. All right, that's our bee day. We're going to sing our goodbye song, okay? But we're going to sing it like bees today. All right, so we're just going to buzz. We're going to say, goodbye, powerful preschoolers. Goodbye.